Hey folks, we got some really great episodes and videos coming up for you here as part of this pod venture. Honestly, some of my personal favorite content we have ever produced. Really great stuff. Before we do that, there's a couple disclaimers. First off, just a little one we'll throw out. This has been done over the course of 2020, which as we know, there's been shutdowns all over the place. It feels like an eternity. If you hear anything that's somewhat repetitive over the course of these episodes, or you see any odd inconsistencies, it's just because there was so much of a gap between each of the videos and podcasts that we shot. So keep that in mind. Now, the other thing is, of course, being that we're going to be discussing the topics of self-defense, home defense, other things of that nature, we're talking about some pretty serious stuff that if you find yourself, which we hope you never do, in the worst case scenario, it can have some pretty big legal or emotional ramifications and other consequences depending on how you act and what you do. Now, we are all in different areas with different laws, and also we are not, Mark and I, nor anybody at the Vortex Edge Academy here that we trained at, professional lawyers. So don't take anything said in these podcasts or videos as 100% factual law. It will vary, and our own interpretations of laws and things like that and the way we word them may not be perfect. So do not take them as instructions for how to handle a situation you may find yourself in. These episodes were created with the intention of giving our listeners great food for thought and a prepared mindset to be ready for anything, not to be legal advice or material to reference in any sort of legal situation. Should you wish to practice some of the things we've done here, please exercise extreme caution, as always, with firearms or physical training, and we highly suggest seeking professional training in a professional facility like Vortex Edge right here at our facility in Barneville, Wisconsin. And surely there's going to be more news on just what that is and how to sign up for things like that coming in due time. So now that I got kind of the cover our own you-know-what out of the way, enjoy the videos and podcasts here. Let us know what you think in the comments on the YouTube videos or on Instagram. Thanks, everybody. About time we get started shooting here. Got a gun, some mags, box of bullets. We should be set. Question is Mark ready for this? You're going to see him shoot an AR. This is really exciting.
I know, they're filming it right now. This is like dressing my kid in the morning. No, there you go. Justin, talk us through prone position.
All right, since we're going to be zeroing here at 50, we're going to be doing that from prone. So people kind of get in the weeds with positions, but kind of what we want to harp on today is going to be two things. One is alleviate muscle tension, so getting a nice comfortable position. So you can see Adrian, he's kind of laid out more or less directly behind the gun. If you were to look at his hips, he's kind of canted a little bit to the left, that's fine. That's going to be a little bit more comfortable for him. If he was to actually shift his hips over to the right, honestly, is that a little bit less comfortable?
Less comfortable.
See? All right.
A lot of tension back here, a lot of tension in my neck.
And that's what we want to leave is that muscle tension, right? The reason we want to alleviate muscle tension is because now you're kind of forcing that position, right? So being comfortable, being natural, all right, that's going to help again with that natural point of aim. So you guys kind of see his feet, they're kind of naturally, comfortably laid down on the ground. Again, he's not forcing anything, no muscle tension's going into that. You can kind of notice he put his toes up. All right, again, what's that inducing? Muscle tension. That's what we want to leave. Working up, his knees really aren't bent. I have seen people shoot with knees kind of cockeyed. You guys might have seen that too, maybe exactly, something like that. Kind of working up. His hips really aren't canted, they're more or less in line with his shoulders, and then again, behind the rifle. A school of thought with being directly behind the gun with his hips a little bit to the right, kind of help with recoil management and again getting that next sight picture, re-indexing on target, things like that. Towards the rifle system itself, you can kind of see his shoulders, they're kind of naturally laid out, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Now when we're shooting carbines, you guys probably shot precision before as well. People talk about wrapping the thumb versus not wrapping the thumb. You want to be aggressive with this rifle system. It's meant to be aggressive with, all right? So treat it as such. You can kind of see everybody who talks about this little portion right there, there should be like a little dimple in there. That's what some people say when you're actually gripping a pistol. You can kind of see how he's up on that pistol grip, all right? He's not down low. He did wrap his thumb. Adrian shoots precision, but you notice his thumb is wrapped, all right, with this rifle system. So natural point of aim is where that sight is going to want to naturally fall and rest on target. So a good way to check that is all you have to do is close your eyes, take one natural respiratory, cycle. So breathe in, breathe out, open your eyes again. That reticle should maintain basically its point of aim on that target. If it shifts or anything like that, all right, you're gonna have to go ahead and move your body. Do not move the gun, all right, because if you move the gun without your body, what are you inducing? Muscle tension.
What we're trying to do, right, every shooting position, fundamentals of marksmanship apply. This is my stance. Stance is a fundamental of marksmanship, right? Grip, how I grip a pistol, right? Sight alignment, sight picking, trigger press, all that stuff, okay? So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the best, most stable stance I can. Okay, that's why I have my hand on the rifle further forward. I have my butt stock out. I'm trying to get a nice wide base.
Mark, why don't you hop on 5? Jimmy, you can hop down here on 8, so you're not bouncing brass off each other. Let's make sure we got eyes and ears. Just get down on the prone. Let's just fire 3 rounds. We'll go down and we'll check out the targets, and then we'll just keep talking about stuff here. But I want you guys to be able to actually get some trigger time here. We'll get started. So,
just getting that stance like Adrian was talking about. Check your initial point of aim. Just get comfortable behind it. Just maybe do 1 dry fire, 2 dry fire, something like that. Just kind of get comfortable with the position before you actually start going live.
yeah. Ideally, at this range, we would like all our rounds to be in that X. Okay, I would consider that 0. Okay, I like a round target like this for like a red dot. It's real easy to find the center of a circle. You know where it is. That's where you want it. Whenever you're ready, the line's hot. I just want you to fire 3 rounds. Okay, we'll go down. We'll take a look at them. We'll make adjustments, and we'll talk about some things. Okay. The line's hot, 3 rounds.
Yep, just 3. Move that hand forward a little bit and see how.
All right,
that
do me a
feels.
favor. Get back on your grip.
All right. You're gonna
Okay,
have
that's not how you were gripping before. Okay, there you go,
Grip,
just
not a
like
big
that.
deal.
Okay.
You never-
All right, here we go. Three rounds. That's a pretty decent group.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's a pretty decent group. Okay.
It was 8 inches, so we're 4 there, a little under 4, 3 inches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll adjust down, what would that be, 12 clicks?
Yep.
Trigger control. Most people with a rifle, generally, you find they don't really sink their finger in far enough. Okay. It was always taught use the tip, okay, of your finger. I find with an AR, I like to sink. I like to sink a lot more knuckle in there. Okay. I will almost like let my trigger rest right about there. Our shot process when we start doing this, okay, we're gonna get in the prone. We check that natural point of aim. Okay. We take that nice respiratory pause. Breathe out, okay? I like to take the slack out of the trigger and just slowly move that trigger straight to the rear. The gun goes off. I want to reacquire the sights. I want to get another sight picture. That's called follow through, okay? And then I just repeat the process over again, okay? We're going to throw a lot of little stuff at you guys today. Just remember, put the sights where they need to be. Fire the gun without moving those sights, okay?
That'd be my guess. The first 2 felt pretty good.
So, tell you what.
Yeah. So you had 2 rounds session. Do you remember which one it was? That
Let's bring you down.
Right?
2?
Let's bring that down 2. Bring you left 5.
Can't tell which one
Yep.
was it. Or was it?
Just reach down with that slider, loosen that up just a little bit.
Something happened there, right? So a lot of times when we see this left to right stringing like this, it's because guys didn't check their natural point of aim. So they lined up a little off center, and now they're muscling the gun back left to right.
Yeah.
So then when the gun shoots, comes back here, they gotta muscle it back to the center of the target, and they're doing something inconsistent there. So the thing with the natural point of aim, and when we're shooting slow fire like this, we want to check it every time because eventually my body's gonna learn what that position feels like.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I need to go prone, shoot something really quick, I'm not going to sit there and close my eyes, this and that. But my body learns a position, and with enough time, I can just drop right into that position. It's that muscle memory. Yeah, so don't worry about these. We're not going to make any adjustments. I think we're going to go to a 5-round group, and then that's where the 5-round group, maybe if we had a couple more rounds there, it would have given us more information of which are your good
Sure.
rounds here. So
Sure.
don't worry about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of times what we'll see is a group over here and then 1 or 2 shots over here. And sometimes that's an inconsistency in between the shot group, right? Someone will change a position, their hand position on the gun, they'll come off the gun like you did, get back down, and now we're applying some different pressure, some different inputs to the gun.
Sure.
And that'll cause the group to kind of shift. But 5-round group, again, this is why it's nice to do the 5 rounds. We're gonna adjust off this group. So really all we need to do, man, is maybe come down an inch, maybe right an inch. Maybe, I don't know if I'd even go that far, maybe 3 clicks down, 3 clicks right.
Yeah.
And see how that goes.
Okay.
So we're almost there.
So what are we looking at there?
Maybe a 2-inch group. So
I mean, if you're going to look at the center of that group,
most ARs are capable
at 50
of
yards, we want to bring that over.
So we're
Boy, let's.
starting to get there.
You're getting pretty consistent here.
Way better.
And this is why I like the 5-round group. I would almost consider that your flyer.
Yeah.
I would almost consider that your flyer. That's a pretty good group right there. Man, let's move that left 1 click.
Just one.
1 click.
I mean, that's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah, let's move that left 1 click. Shots. This is a 5-round group. I think our windage is a little where we want to be. Okay, might give you 1 more group. I'm pretty confident this rifle is here. Okay. I just want you to concentrate on each shot next time. Okay, we're not going to make any sight adjustments. All right. I don't like making sight adjustments every time there's 1 or 2 flyers. I'm looking for consistent pattern.
Yep.
And to you, that's why I split that target. Everything had been kind of left, so we're moving you left 1 click. You just got to hold up your end of the donkey, okay? Concentrate on each shot, and I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. When I stand with a rifle, I'm generally shoulder width, a little bit wider, okay? I'm square to the target, and I kind of drop my right foot back. Lately I've been getting into, I kind of like to bend my knees a little bit. I like to load my quads, because I want to be able to move laterally forward, okay? This allows me, some movement to be able to explode and move if I need to move. I'm okay dropping that right foot back a little bit. It's going to lengthen your stance a little bit, give you a little more leverage on the gun. Essentially, I'm going to start from a low ready. I don't want guys looking through the sights right away. I want the gun and the sights out of my line of sight. I have to be able to see something before I can shoot it, okay? And looking through the tube, okay, or in this case, the reticle on this brand new UH1 Generation 2 product placement there, okay? As I'm bringing the gun up, that's when the safety comes up. Because I have made the decision to shoot. I am firing the shot. Gun comes up, all right? All right, as my sights are coming on target, I am taking the slack out of the trigger, and the shot breaks when the sights are where they need to be. When I am done shooting and the gun comes out of my line of sight, that rifle needs to go back on safe. When you present the rifle from a low ready position, essentially it's just a target transition, okay? You know how you're transitioning between targets, you lead with your eyes, it's a target transition, okay? I'm looking, my focus is all on that target, okay? I'm not trying to focus on what's on my optic, I'm not trying to focus on the dot, I'm focusing on the target, and I'm basically sliding those sights where they need to be.
So get a little bit more bend in your front knee, right? Kind of almost get that knee over the toes, and you might want to drop your rear foot back just a little bit. Yep, there we go.
Right, bang, okay?
Right.
You know, this is where having a higher sight height comes in handy.
It does.
Now
you keep
I'm
a little
used
more
to
upright head
being
position.
prone and trying to look up
Yep.
to the sight. Now you got to get down a little bit more.
So what I'll do when I'm working on this position, right, is I'll get into my perfect shooting stance, okay? I'll get into my perfect shooting stance from here, all right, where I feel comfortable, I've got an aggressive, stance. And then I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my head and everything's perfectly still. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the gun, right? And then I'm just going to bring it up into my field of view. Lower the gun, everything stays still, boom. I kind of work backwards at it, and that's how I build.
See what happens when the rounds come in.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna start kind of slow, right? Smooth. I want you to be smooth. Find the dot. You're doing good. Safety's coming off. As you already made the decision to fire, safety's coming off. Prepping the trigger, and then as that dot settles, just break the rest of that shot. So Okay, guys. So I'll give you a shooter ready, stand by, and then the buzzer will be your command to come up and make 1 round on target. Remember to follow through. All right. Shooters ready. Stand by. All right. Gonna do it again. Shooter's ready. Stand by. Okay. Make sure you follow through. Stay on the sights, just in case we were gonna put a second shot on target. Shooter ready. Stand by. Yep, and again comes down on safe.
I want you to start, Mark, I want you to start doing things like I can tell you're
Looking good over there, Jimmy.
You're kind of like, step one, bring the gun up. Step two, turn the safety off. Step three, pull the trigger. I want you to start blending those things a little bit. I want that safety to come up as the gun's coming up. We're gonna start rounding some corners here. I want you to start taking the slack out of the trigger as the sights are coming onto the bottom of the target.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
All right?
Yeah,
So-
I'm not even beginning to take the slack out
Right.
until I'm getting on target.
And we're gonna start working that a little bit. I want to kind of round the corners.
Yep.
A little bit.
Okay.
And
Shooter's ready. Stand by. Good, Jimmy, you're right around the second. Shooter's ready. Stand by. There you go.
okay, do me a favor. Drop that right foot back just a hair. Just a hair. Okay. You kind of got rocked back just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Good hits. Good hits.
Go ahead.
Okay, two,
Bring
they're
the rifle
just a
up.
little low, but they're
Bring
they're
the
not
rifle
that
up.
low.
Okay.
Pretty good.
I want you to fix that. Fix that with your center of balance. Okay.
Shooter's ready. Stand by. 8-5 and a 1-1-1.
All right.
Couple more.
Almost there.
Stand by. 7-4 and a 1-5-2. One more. Stand by. It was a good shot. 7-3 and a 7-3 and a 108.
All right. Let's make sure we're slow down.
Go take a look at him.
Take a look at the targets here.
Over here.
So this is a great drill to
Both of
practice
these, I
calling
think
your
you
shots.
went for low.
Because when you're farther away, it's easier to tell where the reticle was
In fact, actually,
when the shot
they
broke.
weren't that I shot
Okay.
early. Those ones were I jumped up too fast. And then
I'll
got
take
down
these,
to
I
the
guess.
ground.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
We're getting there. We might go back through that a couple more times.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring you
No, that's
closer
awesome,
then.
man. That's really
Okay,
good.
and we're going to do the
These
same thing
shots
from
against
5
the
yards. And
target,
I
right,
like
right,
starting
but
guys back there
that
because,
bad
okay,
this
they
was
figure
a
out how
bad
much
shooter
trigger control they need to get a hit.
Yeah.
So now when we're at 5 yards,
shoot
there
that
shouldn't be
at 0.7 or
any
0.8,
problem
this
at all. Okay? So,
All right. Shooter's ready. Stand by. Shooter's ready. Stand by. Remember to follow through. Get another sight picture in case you got to give that target another shot. Shooter's ready. Stand by. Shooter's ready. Stand by. Shooter's ready. Stand by. One more. Shooter's ready. Stand by. Okay, those are both right around a second. Let's put them on safe, let them hang. Let's go check them out again. Exactly. Really nice, man. Those were all sub 1 second.
You're getting
They're all
the
in there
idea.
from 20
Yeah,
yards.
you're
20 yard
about
And that was the last one too. So
this drill is something that
Even that one where
I want you to do
you
it.
must have realized the sights were high. I saw the gun go up and then I saw you drive it
don't
down
really care
quick.
that you're not
I mean, it's still in there.
100%
It's always a
Yeah.
good correction. You obviously were able to pick up on it quick.
Nice job.
Make the correction you needed to do.
cool.
let's
Yeah,
Awesome.
that is phenomenal.
Burning it down.
Thanks, Mark. There's all that precision crap. I'm just not into it. I like,
I'm gonna go grab my dodge.
You are good when it starts to go fast. You
I want to
excel
go
at
fast.
that.
What I want you to do, and if you know what's going to happen, please just bear with me, okay? Because I want you guys to experience this for yourself. I want you to put the center of your reticle right in the center of the dot. And I want you to take your time and I want you to fire a 5-round group, as tight as small as you can. But I want you to aim right for the center of that dot, okay? On you, lines hot. Put that center of that gun sight reticle right in the center of that dot. Take your time and fire 5 rounds. guys on safe. So, what do we see? What's happening?
Low. Fitting low.
Low, right. Why?
The optic over bore height.
Right, mechanical offset, okay? Mark, so if we were to stick your rifle right here, okay, this is where you're aiming,
Yep.
that's where your rounds are gonna go,
Yep.
okay? Really layman's terms, it's just another holdover you have to know, okay? Difference with this is it's never gonna be higher than this at 5 yards, and if you have to shoot something at 5 yards, you don't have time to sit there and flip through your Kestrel, okay, to see what you have to hold at 5 yards, okay? You can't refer to any chart. It has to be this automatic thing, okay? So, what I like to do,
Wind is a big factor at 5 yards.
right, huge, because everybody's guns are different, okay? We're all mounted up the same though here, okay? What I like to do is I just look at that group, okay, and then I go like this. That's when I need to know, that's where I need to aim, okay? So, do this for me. Aim towards the center of that 8-inch zone, okay? And I want you to put 5 rounds inside that 2-inch sticker, okay?
I've got a UH1, so there's a triangle there for that. I don't even have to think about it.
Yep. Nicely done. Nicely done. So, it seems pretty easy here. When we start shooting fast, guys are gonna forget. When we start shooting multiple rounds, people are gonna forget. You get kind of a Christmas tree effect on the target, okay? If you're shooting really fast, multiple rounds, you start dropping rounds low. And it has nothing to do with how you're firing the gun, it just means you're aiming in the wrong spot. So mechanical offset is something to be aware of. If you have to take a low percentage shot, okay, if you have to shoot someone in the face, all right, you want to put them here, you don't want them down here, okay? Right? You want to be focused, and it takes a little getting used to. Okay, but I want you to focus on the target. So if you just kind of overlay that triangle at the bottom of your,
Just understand, closer you are, a little bit higher.
your sight's going to look like this, and then you got that little triangle down there. Okay, just put that right there, and you're going to get a hit at 5 yards. Okay, this is what I want this to look like at 7 yards. Okay, we're going to take our time starting off, and we're going to speed it up.
All right.
You got me?
Shooter ready. Stand by. 9-9. Stand by. 7-9. Stand by.
Go high.
Stand by. 8-1. Stand by.
All right. Had one squirt loose from me. Okay, we'll start that presentation. I want you to work that safety. Okay, there wasn't a lot of excess movement. I wasn't moving super fast. We'll do 5 rounds. Okay, then we'll peel that sticker off, and we'll let you guys go a little faster. Your goal is to get them into that orange dot.
Stand by.
One more time. One more run here.
Stand by.
You kind of saw a flinch there.
I did.
I saw your whole body kind of turn a little bit.
Yep.
Okay? That's why that went low and left. All right, guys, put them on safe. Let them hang. Okay, so now I want you guys to pick up the pace a little bit. We know where we need to aim. Okay? Now you got that whole A zone. The goal is just to keep them in there.
So a shot that hits here is as good as a shot that hits there.
Everything to this point, we've just been dealing with one shot at a time. Okay? Eventually there becomes a point where we have to start going into multiple shots. When you use a rifle like this, whether you're in the military, law enforcement, home defense, self-defense, okay, one round typically doesn't solve a problem. All right? Typically you have to shoot a threat, shoot a target more than once. So we're going to start going into multiple shots. Same thing, he's going to start from a low ready. He's going to bring the rifle up, he's going to fire that first shot, and he's going to fire that second shot, and he's going to make sure both rounds are in that A zone. All right, Justin, let's start from that low ready. Let's give me a controlled pair. Shooter ready. Stand by. Okay. Total time was a 1.23. First shot was a 0.72. Second shot was a 5.1. Okay. We started off kind of slow on that second shot. That second shot was actually pretty slow, but it was very deliberate. Now he's going to pick up the pace just a little bit. Shooter ready. Stand by. Oh, he picked up the pace a lot. Total time was 0.89. First shot was a 6.9. Second shot was a 0.20. Okay? Once again, he's getting his hits. Guys, your sights are going to be your speedometer on this. Okay? We start shooting multiple shots. Okay? And that gun's going to start moving a little bit, and you already kind of shuffle things around just a little bit. When I just
quite wide enough.
When I just started moving that gun a little bit, you kind of already started, and sometimes that's all it takes. Okay?
Yeah.
You don't have to get super huge, but even dropping your center of gravity just a little bit. All it takes is a little tap on the front of the gun, and you're already shuffling things around. Okay?
Yep.
A lot of this is body position, how you're gripping the rifle. Okay? Control pair. Shooters ready. Stand by. There we go. Total time for everything was 1.36. Stand by. 1.15.
Get a little bit more aggressive with the stance. I can see on your second shot, and then rock back.
Shooters ready. Stand by. All right. 0.99.
That's a
Gonna wait
huge
for that.
difference.
Yep.
Shooters ready. Stand by. Do what you
Yeah,
need
I was
to do.
leaning back before, and now like this, it's
Yep.
like,
Yeah, sometimes getting that front knee over the kind of
Just a
over your
world
toe
of difference.
just gets a little bit more weight forward. Yep.
yeah.
All right, Jimmy, why don't you hold back? I'm going to give Mark 5 runs here.
Okay.
All right, shooter ready. Stand by. First shot, 0.77. Second shot, 1.9. Stand by. Second shot, first shot, 0.77. Second shot, 0.19. Stand by. Just dropping that second shot a little bit. Do me a favor, bring the gun up. Bring the gun up a little.
We are
How
watching
you're
the
gonna shoot,
transformation of
okay?
Mark Boardman.
Quarter drill, we start off, we're going to shoot this each yard line individually. We start off at 20 yards. You have 6 seconds to fire 5 shots into that A zone. Okay, 6 seconds is a long time. Then we're going to come to the 10-yard line. You have 3 seconds to fire 5 shots into that A zone. And then we're going to come up here to the 5-yard line. You have 1.5 seconds to fire 5 rounds in that A zone. The goal is to clean the whole drill. You got 6 seconds, okay? 6 seconds is a long time. I'm not telling you need to go slow, okay? But you have a lot of time available to you. All right, focus on what you need to focus to get hits at this distance in 6 seconds. That's 5 rounds. Shooter ready.
Not yet. All right.
Stand by. All right, time was 4:03. First shot was a 1.3.
Yeah, one low left.
You got one low left?
Yep.
Okay.
Nice, Jim.
All right, 6 seconds to fire 5 rounds. Shooter ready. Stand by. All right, looks like you threw your last shot right. Total time 4:35. 4:35. Let's go forward to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, number 3 went low left too.
Okay.
Went broke it probably a little quick.
It looks like we got 3 out there. We got 1 out there for Jimmy. Okay. 10 yards. We have 3 seconds to fire 5 rounds. All right, shooter ready.
Okay.
Stand by. All right, 318. 318. We're just over par. 5 rounds in 3 seconds. Shooter ready. Stand by. You made the time. You were about 258, but I think you threw 2 more. Your first shot was a 1.26. Okay, let's go forward to the 5-yard line. I find it helpful to shoot to a cadence in something like this, okay? Cadence kind of equals rhythm. Rhythm sort of equals consistency. Consistency equals accuracy. Okay. If you're shooting to a cadence, that means your sights are coming back to right where they need to be at the exact same moment. Okay. You're breaking the shot at the exact same time. I even counted it out in my head.
It's an indicator that what you're doing is correct. We're not telling you pull the trigger at the same every single
Right.
time. But if you have your stance right, you're mounting the gun right, everything should be nice and smooth because those should just be going up, bang, up, bang, up, bang, up, bang. Okay.
All right, Jimmy, you got 5 rounds, 5 shots, 1.5 seconds. Shooter ready. Stand by. All right, you got one just on the line. Total time was a 1:64. First shot was 0.77. You got a 2-2, 2-3, 2-0, 2-2. Honestly, you just need to pull the trigger slightly faster. Okay, just a little bit. It was a 1.64. That's pretty good. You got one right out.
Yeah, on
I
the
would say
bottom right
that's
there.
out.
Close,
Okay, that's not bad for your first time doing this. All right, Mark. Just relax, buddy.
I got no words.
Stand by.
Nice. Let's go.
148.
All of those rounds, Mark, were in a spot about that big, just
Nice
below
job.
right of center.
Nice job, buddy.
Between this and this is like 1/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second. The sights aren't there. Have the discipline to make the correction before you press the trigger. It's all about mental discipline, okay? So at that 20 yards, you got a lot of time. Spend just a hair bit more time confirming those sights are where they need to be.
Okay.
All right? You guys had an extra second and a half to play with back there.
Jimmy, your target looks pretty good. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's rare that I say that. You just need to pull the trigger a little faster.
At the close distance.
Yeah, but even at the 10-yard line, you need to pull the trigger a little faster. Your splits were hanging above.
First shot was pretty good. You were in
Yeah.
the 7s. Yep.
All right.
So, we didn't do this perfect. Did you learn anything from it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's one of these things you don't have to clean, but you're gonna get a lot of info from this, okay? A lot of people aren't familiar with shooting this way with an AR, okay? And two things that, especially in the law enforcement world, we don't take advantage of the AR. AR is extremely accurate. We don't take advantage of the accuracy. There's a lot of firepower. There's 30 rounds in that, okay? And when there's a time and a place to use that thing like a chainsaw, okay, you can stack rounds on top of each other in a very fast amount of time. I know Adrian knows that from personal experience, okay? If you need to stop the threat immediately, you can shoot fast and you can shoot accurately with this, okay? And these are two things, at least from the law enforcement world, they do not teach people how to use on an AR-15, okay? So I love this drill. This is a great drill to start out. It shows guys that back there they need to focus on different things. When they come up here, okay, we got to be a little quicker and we have to focus on different things up here, okay? You can't shoot the same pace back there that you can up here and vice versa. It's not going to work.
Expanding a little bit further, you're talking about different stance back there. I mean, you want to have an aggressive stance. Get away with a little bit less aggressiveness back there, right? Because I have a little bit more time.
Right.
Okay, and I need to take a little bit more time, but you still want to have an aggressive stance because you still want to get those sights back down on target pretty quickly. So, but you can get away with a little bit more slop. I'm not saying you should try it, but
Right.
you know.
Okay.
So, but when you're up close and you're really trying to, you know, get on the hammer or hammer those rounds in there, you gotta have a really aggressive stance.
All right. First thing we're going to do, we're just going to do a little zero confirmation, okay? Conditions out here are way different than they were indoors. Light's different, temperature's different. So we're just going to, those targets down there at 50 yards, you guys can cover down behind one, just shoot on the upper left bullseye. Let's get a 5-round group, and we'll go down and check those out. We'll do a little bit of zero confirmation, and then we'll back the targets back up to 100 and do a little more precise shooting. Let's do it. Let's get on it. All right. I'm okay with that. Right now we're looking at windage and we can clean that up at 100.
Okay.
So, tell you what, let's grab these. We'll go back to 100 yards. What I want you guys to do at first, I just want you to hold dead center of that bullseye. We're gonna shoot a 5-round group.
Okay.
Okay? I know you know what's gonna happen, but I want you to see it happen. All right? So, we'll head back, 100-yard line. Little errors we were getting away with at 50 yards, that's not gonna happen at 100. Okay? So, groups are gonna get a little bigger. but you got to take it nice and easy with that trigger, okay? All right, let's go check them out. Mark's actually not too high.
Right.
Okay, you got a magnifier. You're working a little different, but here's the common thing: the groups are high.
Yep.
Okay, this is with a 50-yard zero. Typically, if you have to shoot precisely at 100 yards, you typically have to hold low. And a lot of this is based on the sight of your height. Okay, other factors: barrel length. Okay, velocity. So Mark, your hold for this it's not going to be that much higher. Like you probably, your dot should be somewhere right around in here.
Yep.
From now on, okay?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good group. So you're gonna be holding right around there. Drop those rounds right in that 10 ring.
Okay.
Jimmy, you, because we're dealing maybe with a shorter barrel, less velocity, okay? You're probably gonna be holding right about here.
Yeah.
We're gonna shoot another 5-round group. I want you to actually hold where I told you to hold, because I want you to land rounds in that 10-inch circle there, and eventually we're going to get to the point where we're just firing a 10-round string and we'll score it up out of 100. Not bad, Mark. Looks like maybe you threw one just a little bit low, but that's pretty freaking good. Nice job.
Okay.
I mean,
and I felt this one happen, like 100%. I guarantee I know which one that was.
I mean, we didn't even have you have the correct hold, and that's a 95.
Elevation's actually not
That's pretty good,
bad.
man.
Where was your point of aim, roughly? So.
All right, so we're going to talk about barricades here. I want a barricade that's going to be really sturdy and actually represents something in the real world. Every single building, almost every single building in the world has one of these. It's a corner, and you can utilize it, and you can really increase your stability, increase your lethality. So there's 2 ways I use this barricade, strong side only. Standing position. There's 2 different grips. I like using a C-clamp. I like to actually grab on to the corner, the barricade, and I make this C here. This is key. You're actually physically grabbing on to the barricade. Okay, you're wrapping these fingers here, and you make a C, and then you grab on to the rifle to try to square your shoulders up to the barricade as much as possible. It's really going to make a stable firing platform. Another technique we use is a kneeling position. Everybody's used to kneeling like the old Green Army men, right? You get this knee up, you get in a nice kneeling position, okay? Now that we have a barricade, we reverse that. Get the back of our tricep, we rest that on our knee. This creates a lot of stability right here. And I try to get as low as possible here on the barricade. All right, guys, this is it. This is our final drill. This is going to be a culmination of most of the things that we've learned today. Okay, we'll call this the scrambler. The winner, out of the 2 contestants here, the winner will get a Vortex Edge pint glass. Okay, probably honestly one of the first we've ever handed out.
This is the best thing you could have done for this competition. I want that glass.
Okay, I will hand it to you personally. We don't have one with
If I win, don't give me charity crap. I want it if I win.
I take IOUs.
So you will start from a low ready on the buzzer. You'll engage that first target downrange, that BC on the left, with 2 rounds. Okay? You need to have 2 hits on target. Immediately place your weapon on safe. You will go to a kneeling position here. You will re-engage that target with 2 rounds, and then you will move on to the next steel plate and hit that 2 rounds. We're going to move over here from a standing position. 2 hits. Basically, the last target you engaged will be the same target you engaged from the first position. You know what I'm saying? It'll overlap. So you come down here, that 10-inch plate to the left from a standing position, you're going to hit that twice. You're going to hit that other BC steel twice. And then your last shot, you got to have 1 hit on that 6-inch BC steel from a standing position. You have a 5-second penalty for each miss. Okay, if you miss and you make it up, that doesn't count. But if you run out of ammo and you have like 3 hits left down there, that's another 15 seconds, okay? Hit! 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 78 plus 5, 45, 46, 78.
This.
46,
It's a
78.
DNF. That's all it is.
All right, Mark.
Okay, here we go.
All right, Mark. Shooter ready. Shooter ready. Stand by. Hit. 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 Time. 47:15 plus 5, 52:15. Jim's the winner.
ammo or out of time?
He ran out of ammo. That was it. His bolt locked back. So he had outfired all his makeup shots. All right, I'm going to declare Jimmy the winner.
All right.
Okay. Come here.
Even
Nice
though-
job.
Oh, Jim.
Even though I'm
congratulations.
not super happy about this.
Seriously though, okay, here's the deal though. For a one-day carbine class, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, I'm having you guys shoot targets at about 70 yards from a standing position. I'm having you use cover. You're learning how to move in and out of position, and you're getting really solid hits. Now you're starting to see why we practice on those tiny little bullseyes.
Well, thus concludes a day of training with Justin and Pete, part of the Edge crew here, on carbine training. So we got a basic rundown, a little bit abbreviated from their normal carbine courses, but we're dealing with cameras and all that stuff. We're going to be following this up with a podcast. Marco, you did some pretty good shooting. I think everybody's going to be really excited to see that you actually had an AR in your hands, and you're pretty good with it.
It's starting to feel a little more comfortable, Jim.
I know, look at you.
Dude, basic carbine training, I personally probably couldn't have been, I guess, a better subject for this. Really little experience actually shooting ARs. I know about the optics that go on top of them. Practical application, just haven't done of it. Ton of it, obviously. Learned a lot throughout the day here.
Can we edit all that out? Because he did actually shoot better than me today. So,
Who won the pint glass, Jim? Who's coming home with the pint glass? It ain't me.
means
It
nothing.
ain't me.
Means nothing.
It means everything.
So anyway, here's the thing. Like we said, we're going to do a podcast on this. We learned a ton. Hopefully, this is maybe a little bit of inspiration for some of you out there. Learning how to properly shoot your rifle. We know it is a right for all of us to own these things, but it definitely should be a good practice to actually train with them properly to know how to use them. So that's something that Mark and I wanted to experience for ourselves here. I think it inspired us to probably do a lot more of it ourselves. But yeah, again, for everybody out there, thanks for watching this video. Tune into the podcast if you haven't yet.
Keep learning, keep training, and if you're a first-time gun owner, AR owner, man, I can't encourage somebody enough to take a class like this one. It'll get you light years ahead of just going it alone, and you'll learn a lot, have some fun, and learn how to do things right.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Catch you later. All right.
The pink Vort. Oh, yeah. Wait, is the pink hat
What?
for me? Okay.
What can I say, Mark?
Okay.
Shoot better.
Oh, I will.
Oh, it's on now.
You betcha.
Oh, I think
I'm leaving this second place right on there. That's awesome.
I'm gonna leave this here for a few episodes.
Oh, so you can point at it every time.
Oh yeah. All right, as you can see, Mark and I certainly have a little bit more work to do when it comes to our carbine fundamentals. But hey, those guys helped us out a lot, and hopefully some of the drills and some of the things you saw them go through with us helped you out as well to make your trips to the range that much more efficient and actually get some more out of them. Just remember, we got these guys, Pete and Justin, on a full-length podcast if you want to go in and dive real deep on the topic of the fighting carbine. So check it out, Vortex Nation Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let us know if there's any other pod ventures you'd like to see us do in the future as well. We'd love to hear that stuff. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one when Mark and I go hand to hand. We actually try our hand at learning and going through some instruction with some practical martial arts.